Last night I was creating a AI image and video project. Was just working on a short reel for myself, had a spark of inspiration, and just wanted to share some thoughts that surfaced during that process. I've been exploring AI as an art form for myself for a few years now, and there's been a lot of questions that have surfaced about it. A big one is, how do you know when an AI image or video feels like your own? Like, it feels like a piece of art that you created. It feels like a piece of pure self-expression. Still working on thinking about that one. I do want to deep dive more into that question, because for the past few years it's taken me a while to find sets of images or video that really feel like something that I created, and it wasn't just the algorithm creating something that looked good, or it wasn't just a one-off of like, ooh, I really like this visual, but do I just like it because it's aesthetically pleasing, or do I like it because it feels like something that I created for myself? Because versus photography, which I've been doing for a while now, that feels very much like a piece of me being created. The way I see, you use the camera, you take the image, you edit it, it feels very hands-on and involved, and it naturally just feels like a piece of art that you would create. So with AI, it's been interesting asking myself, what does feel like your own kind of art? What does feel like self-expression? And last night when I was creating a reel, it kind of dawned on me how different my personal style choices are between the images that I choose using AI. I was using Midjourney. My style choice is drastically different than the way that I view things to capture a photograph. And that led me to thinking about how AI kind of feels like it's this tool to express a different part of your mind. Like, it felt like when I was choosing the images, it totally felt like this door had opened in my mind, and allowing myself to explore different parts of myself stylistically that maybe photography hasn't been doing, or that I wasn't doing with photography. And I think it's fascinating to observe what you're drawn to, all the different prompts that you create, and the choices that you make within the hundreds of images that you can generate. I think it's very interesting to take the time to ask yourself like how it feels every time you choose a certain image, why you're drawn to it, and yeah, the stark difference between what I've been choosing with AI versus with what I choose to photograph. It's way different styles. And so back to the question of, how do you know when something feels like your own? It is starting to feel that like AI can be used as a tool for self-expression if you allow yourself to explore what you're drawn to with it. If you allow yourself to maybe open up a new door to making different style choices than you normally would. But like I said, it definitely does get convoluted with, or I know I got mixed up a lot of times with, oh, I really like this, but do I like it because it's just aesthetically pleasing? The composition looks good, it looks nice and shiny and looks like, perfect in some sense. Is that why I like it? Or do I like it because it feels like something that I would create? And after spending so much time generating so many different sets of images the past few years, it does kind of feel like I'm slowly starting to curate my own style choices within AI, but it's completely unrelated to other ways of seeing, like through photography. And I just found that absolutely fascinating to realize, like, oh, this feels like a way different pathway to expression. Like a different part of my mind is being allowed to explore creative expression by using AI as a tool for that, and observing your own style choices, the strange motifs that maybe you're drawn to time after time, and how a different part of your identity is coming out through those style choices. I definitely found myself at times shying away from certain styles that I created with AI because it felt kind of vulnerable to share, because it was like, oh, why did I choose that? Like, that seems kind of weird. And so that was interesting to be like, why would I be nervous about sharing an AI image? Because, and then, yeah, it dawned on me that I was like, oh, it's like sharing a part of your mind, because it's sharing the choice that you made and to represent you in a way, to represent a part of your expression, your personal expression. And yeah, it's the topic I want to keep deep diving on for myself, but just wanted to get this initial idea out there from last night, that it really dawned on me that my style in AI, the choices and visual choices that I make versus how I create with photography, drastically different, yet it feels like each tool has its purpose in allowing different parts of yourself, your identity, your expression, your mind to come out and to be expressed in these different forms. And yeah, I think that's super interesting, that different tools can encapsulate different parts of yourself, and that it just feels really expansive to have different means of expression. And yeah, it's just really fun to explore that topic. So I hope to expand more on this the more I get my head wrapped around it, but that's like the main idea I came across last night, was just like, oh wow, it feels like this is a new part of me being allowed to be expressed right now using AI tools versus photography, which I've been doing for so long now. It kind of feels like I've gotten a little static in the way I view the world, see with my eyes, use the camera to take the photo, produce the final image. That style has been so honed in that it's been refreshing to use AI to explore a different part of the mind. And I'm finding too that they can work hand in hand with the way you view. There's been times where I was creating with AI, and then I'd go out and about in the world and I would start seeing things a little bit differently. Like, I'd maybe start choosing to capture things with my camera that I normally wouldn't have if I hadn't been exposed to it with the AI that I was generating. And then vice versa, skills from photography can definitely translate into the style choices made with AI. So it's been really fun to explore how you can expand your mind in different ways and express yourself in different ways.